Alright fighters, how's it going? Now a lot of you guys are very keen to know what you should be eating before you fight, and it's very important of course to understand what you should be eating before your fight in order to maximise your energy levels, feel light and sharp and have energy to perform consistently at a high level throughout your fight and not get tired in the early and later rounds. So I just want you to understand this. It's not a one size fits all this when it comes to what meal you should eat. There's not one specific meal that you should eat before you fight. But what I want you to do is I want you to find a meal alongside this strategy, which I'm about to tell you with now, that works for you and gives you energy. And I want you to play around with it a couple of times. So essentially what you want to do is you want to have your last meal 4 to 4.5 hours before your fight. So what I recommend you do is you have something that is going to be really high in carbohydrate, high glycemic index carbs, which digest really easy. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to load our muscles up with glycogen. So basically loading up with energy. And if you have it in 4 to 4.5 hours before your fight, you are giving your body the time that it needs in order to digest, absorb and start storing that food within your muscles and liver. So there's a good couple of options that you could go for here. And like I said, experiment. Maybe if you didn't have energy in one fight, increase the carbohydrates. Maybe you felt like you had too much and you were gassing, maybe you can decrease it. It's just about playing around with these different variables and just seeing what works for you. And then once you've got that strategy, just stick with it and don't change it. So what you want to do is you want to go for a meal like this. A really good option that I like to use with fighters that I work with and recommend to them is before their fight, spaghetti pasta. Mix some tomato sauce, that you can do arrabbiata sauce, you can do some garlic tomato sauce. That will be really good for your energy levels because you've got the carbohydrates from the pasta. Okay, another good meal that I would like to do is a couple of slices of sourdough bread. And with that sourdough bread, you can put some Biscoff spread on it, you can put some Nutella on it, you can put some milk chocolate spread, you can put some white chocolate spread on it. You could even go with some Manuka honey on it or some Canadian maple syrup. Again, really high in carbohydrates, a really good source of energy for your body, and it's going to be able to use it really effectively. Another option you could go for a large bowl of Rice Krispies with milk. You could go for some crunchy nuts, some Cocoa Pops. You could have a big glass of orange juice, 500 mils alongside it. Another good option you could go for some jasmine rice. You could go either jasmine or basmati rice, or long grain rice. You could have a little bit of chicken with that. You could put some Nando sauce in it. Again, you could have some orange juice with it. You could have some coconut water with it. Some coconut milk. And yeah, these are some really good options. There's so many that I can come up with. You could either have, a good amount of crumpets with some Nutella spread on it or some honey, and you could have maybe a sports drink alongside it. So like I say, it's just about playing around with these different variables, looking at which carbohydrate load best suits your body, and then going from there. And like I say, once you've got that strategy and a protocol, a meal that works for you before your fight, just keep how it is and just make sure you stick to it so you've got consistent energy levels every time you fight, okay? And if you like this information, you want some more simple nutrition and diet tips for all combat sports, I want you to come back to my channel. So you're going to need to subscribe, and then you can see plenty more videos just like the one I've made here. Take care, guys.